welcome to Primary 6, Integrated Science, Week 3, Lesson 6. This is Mr. Mahendra taking you through. We are still moving on with our cattle diseases, and today we are looking at coccidiosis as one of the protozoan diseases. Coccidiosis is caused by protozoa called coccidia. By protozoa called the coccidia. That's the protozoa that causes coccidiosis. Sometimes they can ask you, name the protozoa that causes coccidiosis. It is called the coccidia. Then coccidiosis attacks all the livestock, more especially cattle, goats, sheep, even the rabbits. In the cattle, it affects the calves. Those which have just been born. It affects the calves and attacks the lining of the both large intestine and the small intestines. So, when you look at the signs and symptoms of coccidiosis in cattle, we have diarrhea just like in poultry, just like in the rabbits, even in other cattle, there is also diarrhea. There is also emaciation. When we talk about emaciation, we are meaning loss of body weight. The animal becomes thin. Once you see the calf becoming thin, just your calf might be affected by coccidiosis. Then there is blood staying down. The dung which the calf produces or takes out is containing some blood stains. Now, how can we prevent coccidiosis on our farm? One, isolate sick animals from the healthy ones. That's calling now. Then use coccidiastants. This word we read as coccidiastants. They say coccidiastants. So coccidiastants is a drug which is used to put in feeds and water to kill the coccidiosis. All those germs called the coccidias. So, for if your farm is having such kind of disease, use coccidians to kill these germs in water and in the cattle fields. We have another disease called the milk fever. Milk fever is a nutritional disease. If it's under human beings, we call them deficiency diseases. But this is now under cattle, so it is a nutritional disease. Nutritional diseases are diseases caused due to lack of a certain food value in the diet. So in this case, we are looking at the diet called the calcium. If the animal feeds are not having enough calcium, your animal is going to lack calcium in blood and to suffer from milk fever. So it affects cows with 3 days of calving after the cow has given birth normally. But due to lack of this nutrient called calcium in its blood, then it will suffer from milk fever. Now, what are signs and symptoms of milk fever? Here we have one, saliva flows from the mouth, the salivation. The animal will begin having saliva flowing from the mouth. 2, drop in temperature. I told you the temperature of the cattle is 40 degrees Celsius. But since the animal is having now milk fever, the temperature goes down. Instead of increasing, it goes down, what we call sudden drop in temperature. Rumen stops turning. Are you together or moving? If the rumen have been moving from this end to the other end, it cannot now move because of that milk fever. Then the cow may get into coma, unconscious. They become unconscious and it goes into coma. It can even eventually die from there when it's in coma. How can we prevent now this? We can prevent milk fever by providing our animals enough calcium in their feeds. If you are giving animal feeds, please make sure that you put enough calcium in them, such that you avoid the problem of milk fever. Then we have another disease called bloat. It is a bloat. Now, bloat occurs due to build-up of gases in the rumen. We talked about the first stomach chambers, where we wrote the word lower and said this reticulum, rumen, omasum, and the abomasum. So rumen is that second stomach chamber. So when the gases are built in the second stomach chamber of the cow, it is going to start from the bloat. Even in human beings, there's time when you eat food and see that the food has fermented and you have a lot of gas, you keep on gassing several times. So in animals, that's what we call bloat. Now, what causes bloat? Bloat is caused by excess grass or legumes. When there's too much legume, too much grass in the rumen, now this grass and legumes fail to be digested. Most especially in wet season, it fails to be digested and instead it ferments. After fermenting, it forms this gas. So these gases accumulate in the rumen, leading to bloat. Even in human beings, when you eat a lot of food and you take well at the same time reaches when food fails to be digested. And what happens now? You begin feeling the stomach is full. When you bang it's like a jackfruit. Then at the end, there's a lot of accumulation of gases, you keep on gassing. So in animals, that's what we call bloat. And what are the signs of bloat? One is rumen cells. You see a stomach. Two, the animals become uncomfortable. As human beings also, you become uncomfortable when you're having such a condition. Because of too much eating, you have taken water, food has failed to be digested, now there's a lot of gas in the water. You fail even to do what? You become uncomfortable. Even animal becomes uncomfortable. However, it can be prevented by feeding animals with hay in wet season. When we talk about hay, hay is the cut grass which is dry and stored to be given to animals as fodder in the wet season. So during dry season, we cut this grass, these legumes and pastures. Then we dry them. After drying them, we keep them in the store as hay. Now when it comes to wet season, where the grass is very fresh, to avoid now the bloat, we give this animal the hay, this dry grass which has been stored as fodder. So the animal will feed on that fodder called the hay. Then drench the animals. I told you drenching is giving animal liquid medicine using the drenching gun. And it is passed through the mouth. Friends, allow me to end here for today, and we'll meet in the next lesson. However, write these notes in our class workbooks and send for marking. Thank you for listening.